The title of this post is, Am I the asshole for calling cops on my landlord who called me a nutyaar and threatened to evict me? So my landlord, HOA Karen, is a 72-year-old white lady who owns some rental properties. I am a 30-year-old black guy who moved into one of her places 6 months ago. We had a pretty good landlord-tenant relationship until last month when she came to do a routine inspection. I asked her if she could give me a 24-hour notice before coming in next time because I wasn't home when she showed up, and I didn't want that to happen again. She said that wasn't necessary and told me to just let her in next time. I told her I would try, but I couldn't guarantee it. And that pissed her off. She started saying things like, "You think you're better than me, don't you? You think you can just tell me what to do? I'm your landlord." Then she dropped it and left. A week later, she sends me a text saying she's coming by tomorrow for another inspection. I texted back saying that was fine. Next day comes around and I get a text from her saying she's outside. I responded with an okay and went to work. I got home at 6 p.m. to find out that she never came. I found this weird, so I called her to ask what happened. She answered the phone by saying, "You let me down." I asked her, "What did I do?" And she goes, "Don't play stupid with me. I texted you to come over and you ignored me. I waited 2 hours for you to get home and you didn't." Then she says that she's going to take this to court because I've violated our lease by not letting her do the inspection. So I told her that she needs to read the lease because it says nothing about how often inspections are. She says they're monthly. I told her I was unaware of that and that I won't be able to make it home in time for the next one. She tells me that she's going to start charging me late fees and give me an eviction notice if I do not let her do the inspection. I told her that sounds pretty illegal, and she hung up on me. 3 days go by, and I get a notice that says I have to pay a $100 late fee and that I will be evicted if I do not let her do the inspection. I call her asking for clarification, and she tells me that if I don't let her in within 24 hours, I will be evicted. That's pretty illegal, especially since we haven't even gone to court. I just got a notice for the eviction hearing that's going to be in 2 weeks. So yesterday I'm sitting in my house when I get a text from her saying she's coming over. I didn't respond because I was getting ready to leave. She texts again saying that she's downstairs. I open the window and yell, "Hold up, I'm coming." While I'm getting dressed, she uses her key to let herself in. I thought nothing of it and continued getting ready, planning to confront her later. About 15 minutes later, I hear her banging on my bedroom door yelling, "Open this door! Why aren't you letting me in?" I told her through the door that she already let herself in. She starts knocking harder and I start getting pissed. I opened the door and told her she's lucky she's not in trouble for trespassing. She says that she's waiting for me to leave so she can do her inspection. I told her I'll be happy to let her do it once I get home tonight, but she says that's not soon enough. She starts raising her voice and calls me a no-andier. That's when I pop off on her. I grab my phone and call the cops, telling her that my landlord is inside my house screaming racial slurs at me. She starts yelling, "Get him, you dirty animal! He's been nothing but trouble since he moved in here." They show up and I let them in. They ask me what's going on and I explain everything. She lies and says that I kept her from doing her monthly inspection, which I know is a lie because it's never been done. But whatever. When the cops are talking to her, I go to the window and film it. When they ask her why she's been having problems with me, she says that I keep bringing bad elements around and that she found some weed in the house. I go, "Ooh, I bet you did." And she looks over at me and mouths, "You're dead." I raised my hands and said, whoa there. How is this guy threatening me while the cops are here? She's literally threatening me while the cops are here. The officers look over at her and ask her if she's threatening me. She says, "No, I wouldn't do that." They thank me for calling and leave. She tries to talk to me and I keep ignoring her. After they leave, I come back inside and shut the door. She knocks again and I tell her through the door that she needs to leave. She starts banging on the door and screaming at me. I call the cops again and sit there watching her while I wait for them. She starts kicking at the door and I hear something break inside. She must have kicked the table too hard or something because it falls over. I call the cops again. They show up and she's still kicking at the door. The cops walk in without her permission, probably because she already made them unwelcome. She yells, "Thank God you're here. This tenant won't let me do an inspection and he broke my table." I tell them that she let herself in after I told her not to, and that she was the one who broke the table. They ask me to step out so they can talk to her. She's shaking and crying, probably pissed off that her plan failed. One of them asks her why she keeps calling the cops on me when I'm not doing anything wrong. She tries to say that I'm threatening her and that I broke her table. The cops tell her that she needs to stop calling them for stupid reasons because they waste taxpayer money. Then they leave. She's standing there, mouth agape, looking like she wants to scream. She finally finds her voice and screams, "Get out of my house, you dirty animal! I'm gonna evict you!" I walk past her and out the front door. I flip her off and walk to my car. I get in and lock the doors. She walks out and starts taking pictures of my car. I roll up my windows and drive off. She sent me a text saying that I'm going to jail for breaking her table. I told her that she should focus on her health and stay inside instead of getting out and stalking people. She sent a string of angry texts, and I blocked her. Am I the asshole for calling the cops on my landlord who called me a knee-ar and threatened to evict me? Update. She has filed for eviction. I've been served with an eviction notice, and I have a court date in 2 weeks. My mom thinks I should just move out and save myself the stress, but I have a great place here and I don't want to leave. Also, the stress isn't from the eviction threat. It's from dealing with Karen and her constant harassment. I'm stressed that I'm being harassed, not evicted. Anyways, I wanted to update everyone. This situation is going to court, so I'll keep you all updated on the progress. I just got word that her lawyer is trying to get in contact with me. I'll be honest, I'm kind of excited to go to court. It's not every day that I get to put Karens in their place. Update 2. The court hearing was today and I won. The judge dismissed her case and gave me 6 months to find new housing because my lease is up in July. So I'm free of her in July. She tried to argue that I harassed her by calling the cops on her. I brought up the audio recordings that I made and the judge listened to those. The racist remarks were a big point because they were caught on tape. Even her lawyer knew that it was a lost cause and that I didn't do anything wrong. She refused to listen to reason and decided to dig her own grave. As much as I hate leaving a great place, I'm looking forward to July. She called me after the court hearing and screamed at me. I just laughed and told her to go back to her retirement home. She's probably going to try to appeal this decision, but I have faith in the justice system for once. And that is where we end this episode. I hope you enjoyed this malicious compliance. If you did, please leave a like or subscribe.